Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I sell the products I used in this project and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll see where to find that at the end of the video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I am using Wildly Happy. Such cute animals. I've used my taggers to find that I want to use the number 1 smooth circle for my garden green. And I used the number 3 smooth for my Very Vanilla. The nice thing about the taggers is I can look through it and see what size I want. If you don't have my taggers, you can count up. I'll start from the largest one. But if you've got my taggers, it's easy. My card base is an odd size for me. It's 5.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have another piece that's 5.5 by 1 1/4. So it's actually the same top and bottom, and we're going to align it like that. I have a 4-inch square of Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Series paper. And then I also have 2 pieces from that same Designer Series paper. It's the one with the roses on the back. And these are 1 by 5 1/4. I need 2 of them. My ink is Basic Gray. I am also using Stampin' Blends. Primarily, I'm going to use the light Basic Black. I know it looks kind of a purple gray in here, but this is the light black. I may use a little bit of the dark black just for shadows, and I'm also going to bring out some highlights with the Color Lifter. I like to call it the Color Pusher. I'm using the Stamparatus just to make alignment very easy. I have cut out a piece of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to just put this in here as a puzzle piece. So once I've figured out where I want it, I don't have to think as I do multiples. Perfect. And then I'm switching out for my card base. And I've got that one going this way, and that should be in the perfect location. And using the grid on here, it's nice and straight. I was not being careful when I stamped this one, and I got a little wild with it. Now I'm aligning my card base, this bottom strip, and I'm just going to place this piece. I'm just going to place this piece. I want some room for leaves to hang off of both sides, and I just want to mark where it crosses here. And that's where I want my adhesive. I would tend to use a strong adhesive, so the liquid glue will work very nicely, and that gives you a chance to wiggle it around if you don't get it exactly where you want it. In this case, I'm using the Terran tape, and if you get a little bit long, you can just fold it over. Just putting it back in just to see. I think I want it over just a little bit. Right there would be fine. And so that will give us a nice circle in the back to open up to, and also hold my card together. Putting on these layers. These will get centered on the strip, top and bottom. Next I'm going to cut out some of these leaves, and if you've got a leaf that's cut off a little bit, go ahead and kind of round it, and you will not see that that's not a complete leaf. The 4x4 piece cuts out evenly on a 12x12, and so that's why I chose it. It's large enough to get a good selection of leaves from just about every piece. And I think I'm going to make this a big leaf right here. And we're going to just be scattering these around. This may be almost too big. Maybe I'll be able to put it like there. So this leaf definitely goes off the edge, but I can just kind of round it off so it fits in there. So I have a good assortment of leaves. I want to pick a couple of them to kind of set on top over my panda bear. And a lot of these are going to be going off the edge of this green circle. Be careful that you don't put adhesive on the inside of the card. Going back to my panda bear, I'm using the light black Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to color the legs, and the arms, and the ears, and that's really all you have to color. I actually looked up panda bears on Google Images just to check on that, and that was really the way they look. As I color with the light one, I'm really just filling in the space, not worrying about my strokes or anything like that. I'm going to use the dark Stampin' Blends to kind of get some shape under here. So I'm going under the arm and under the leg and round off that a little bit. Probably need to round behind here. Then I'm going to just, I call this stirring. You're really kind of circling around, like you're stirring this up to blend those colors together between where the black meets the, between where the dark meets the light. And I think you'll see that as things dry, they do lighten up. So right now it looks like there's a separation there. And I think I do want to color these ears in a little bit more. Then I want to add a little texture with the color lifter. And with this, I'm just kind of in that center part where there would be highlights, I'm just kind of giving little dashed lines here. And it doesn't look like I'm doing anything right now, but it's kind of, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for that to push the ink away, which is why I like to call it a color pusher. And I'm going to highlight the eyes a little bit. Lighten those up. And I think you can start to see some of that texture coming through. We'll add this to the card with some dimensionals. Please notice that the Stampin' Blends do bleed through, so be careful if you're working on your best table. You might want to put a little layer of something underneath to catch that. Laying that on top, then I'm going to use dimensionals for a couple of leaves on top to pop those up a little bit. I'm moving my dimensionals out a little bit closer to the tips as I look here and see that I need to span across that gap there. And for this one I'm going to span across here, so I'm putting a little bit of, for this leaf I'm putting my dimensional closer to the tip of the leaf, and just a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue because I'm on the layer with the Panda Bear. And that's it. This card makes me wildly happy. Here's the web address for this project where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, I have tips for online shopping, frequent shopper rewards, and products I offer to help you stay organized. Share my Evernote notebook for a nominal contribution. It functions as a fully searchable catalog. I offer a cardstock sampler, taggers to help you identify those dies with lots of similar shapes, heavy-duty bags to store 12x12 and 6x6 paper, and a bow maker. Inspiration takes you to all my projects. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, what's special about Stampin' Up! Stamps, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find catalog tabs, labels, and case inserts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, a basic toolkit, color charts by alphabet, color family, and rainbow order, products by color, and RGB codes, and you can take a tour of my craft wall. More organization means more time for crafting. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or to grow a business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on YouTube. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.